What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Why am I sitting up so
Hey.
high today? Let me go ahead and show my titties for a minute. Get a
Well,
little
that's the
low.
way to kick off the show.
That's how you kick off a show, ain't it? That's how it's Wet Wednesday, as always. People, how y'all doing? I want everybody to come on and tune in. I need you in the chat telling me you guys are here. And we're just gonna go ahead and pray for Miss Nikki because it's been cold and snowy, and just go ahead and tell them about it, Nikki. Just go ahead.
Now, if not looking like what you've been through with a person, because I think I look okay, but y'all, it has been a hell of a 48 hours. Like, what the fuck, Texas, is all I gotta say. Like, why? I'm not understanding. Like, out of the entire country, we have to be on our own power grid. Why? And clearly that power grid sucks ass because millions and millions of people who pay their damn bills have been out of electric service for the past 48 hours or some duration during the past 48 hours. It has been hell here, people. And then if that wasn't enough, if that wasn't miserable enough, between the damn cold that we Texans are not fucking used to, on top of the cold, on top of losing electric service, now guess what we got to deal with? On top of all that bullshit, no water. Yeah, now we get to deal with no water.
So you can't even. Oh, come on.
Yeah, no hot showers. No.
You can't cook. No kitchens, probably no places or restaurants probably doing anything because they don't got water.
Hardly any restaurants open. And the ones that are open, of course, their lines are, a mile freaking long, literally. Like, I don't know what Popeyes is doing, but Popeyes, baby, is open and cooking. But I'm pretty sure they're going to run out of shit before everyone has been served. But
you know what?
Y'all, Texas is a fucking mess right now.
Whatever. You're going to rub it in her face. Florida is 80.
Nikki.
I'm wearing whatever.
You know what? I was about to flip you off, the bigger figure, but I'm not. I'm gonna rise above. I'm going to rise above. But y'all, it's been a hellacious 48 hours.
Oh, Shannon, are you in Texas too? You're in Texas too?
She is.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, don't lose your battery trying to watch us. We appreciate you, but if you don't have no power right now, please your safety is most important. You got to get the latest weather, be able to call and check on what's going on. So don't on our cord. We appreciate you watching though.
Hey, turn your brightness way down. That'll save battery while you're watching.
They'll save a little bit. Mm-hmm. Y'all are going through a literal stage of hell.
It's fucking hell, literally. And like, you don't realize the small shit that you take for granted. Like, Absolutely. Just so much a hot shower makes you literally feel like you're a human again. A hot shower. Like, you take that shit for granted every damn day. It's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Oh, you're right. So bored. I know. No power, no water. You can't go. I mean, and then it's still snow on the ground right about now.
Oh yeah, it dumped a load early this morning. So everything is white. Everything is covered in white.
Are they saying can you even hear the news? Are they saying that it's ending soon?
We're done. We're done with the snow. We won't be back above freezing until Friday. So the roads will be hell for the next 2 days. I think Friday will be barely above freezing on Friday. And then over the weekend, we'll start to fall out. So I think we're supposed to get into the 50s and 60s again by early next week. So yeah, all this mess is going to be a slushy, ugly, messy mess once it finally thaws. But y'all, this entire week has been pretty much for the fucking birds.
Yeah, y'all need to go in over the governor, who all your politicians over there. I know we be talking about voting, but it's the very reason why you need to, because this stuff, like, I don't care. Like, it's kind of like how it was for that Snowmageddon, they called it in Georgia. course, it's every now and then we get some, some snow or black ice.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you're not prepared for at least one event?
Y'all knew this shit was coming. Y'all knew it was coming. 5 degrees, -1 degrees. We're not used to that crap.
Exactly.
Y'all knew this shit was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, my nerves have been bad all fucking week.
Well, I wanted you to go ahead and get that vid in and see how many people, Houston is getting hit hard. I know. And I feel so, I've been seeing some videos of people ceilings caving in and water all up in the house. It's real bad. So it's going to be a lot of,
it's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's been crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
We're officially at no water. We have no water. No running water anyways.
You said we had an ice storm in Kansas City in 2002. That was bad, but not that bad. Absolutely. Absolutely.
This has been hell.
Mm-hmm. But let's go ahead and brighten up the mood, or maybe. I don't know.
Right. We might ruffle some feathers.
We might ruffle. I see everybody kind of
always entertaining.
So today, you guys, of course, if you're not subscribed to us, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, come on over to YouTube and Twitch and give us a subscribe on YouTube, because we finally got to 400.
I know. Now we got to get to 500. That's our next goal.
Now we got to get to 500. But we do have a new segment. We tried it on one of the episodes. Oh, you know what? Before we even get into that, you probably was noticing that we wasn't live last week. We actually went to St. Louis for a show with the Sean and One TMI podcast, and we recorded a show. And we premiered it. So I don't know if people caught that, but we premiered it. It was a lot of people that watched it, though. So some people found it.
Which I was surprised by, because our numbers were way up for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happened. I think I brought St. Louis weather to Texas.
Oh, yeah, because it was snowing when we was
it was snowing when we got there. Mm-hmm. My bad.
Blame it on Miss Nikki. But yeah, but if you haven't watched that episode, make sure you do. So it was amazing. But let's go ahead and talk about our Lush buzz.
Lush buzz. Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and put up a picture from Mr. Lush buzz, because this has been kind of going all around social media, and I haven't given my statement on it yet. I said I was going to save this for the show, because I normally do a little Lush buzz on the channel, but I was like, you know what? So
look at that man loving on his woman.
For some reason, that's a problem, though, right?
It's a whole problem.
So the topic of discussion for this Lush Buzz edition today is, why are some people calling Russell a simp for his comment? And do men that think like him still exist? So, I've seen all kinds of comments, and well, you know what? I noticed it was from a lot of the men mainly, though. It was a lot of upset men. Okay, thank you, baby. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, my child. Of course, they always wait till I'm ready to do a show. But yeah, well, I noticed there was a lot of men, but then it was also some couple of women too that was kind of chiming in a little bit, and just from what I've seen on Facebook and social media, of course he's a simp, or it seems a little bit creepy, just like he's a little too obsessed, or so we just want to know. I'll give my opinion. What did he say? He actually
let's let the people know, because some people probably don't know what he said that caused almost the entire world to call this man a simp. So yeah, what did he say?
What did he say? Russell Wilson says losing Ciara is his biggest fear. Doing it, they were playing a couples game for GQ magazine, so it was like a quick response type of deal. So of course it got thrown out of proportion because of course I do my research, but it was like a quick response type of couples game they were playing, and it was the way it was when I read it. It sounded like it was like more of a joking matter, and it was like, "Huh, it's cute," and she blushed.
Mm-hmm.
They took it out of proportion. Like, this man is just, he's just too simpy. He's a little wimp for loving on his woman.
You know what? That should be his fear. Because when you take a wife, there is no other that's supposed to be above her. So why are y'all so mad that his biggest fear is literally losing his better half? I have a couple theories on this. I think, and for it to be mostly men saying, he's a simp and I'll never be like that, and okay. So what you're telling me is you haven't ever experienced real love for you not to be able to know how he feels. So did your mama not love you? Did you not ever have a good woman in your life to ever feel that feeling? Like y'all confuse me, because I'm telling you, when you love somebody, when you love the shit out of somebody, you love their funky ass draws, you love them through their flaws and everything. When you're totally in love like that, that's a real thing. It's a real feel. Like, this is my person.
Absolutely.
Like, how could that not be a fear for you to lose that person? That's not a simp in my eyes. That's somebody who knows real love to me. And I wonder about the ones that call him a simp. Like, have you ever experienced real love for you to feel like that?
I don't think. And that's going to go into what we're going to get into. Because the question was, do guys think like that anymore? And
apparently not.
Exactly. It just sounds like what somebody said. Let me read this one. I think some guys call him a simp more because of Ciara. It's like the girl that won't date a good dude until she had enough of the bad guys.
Okay, that's another problem I have with this whole thing. Like, are women not allowed to change what they want? Because let me tell you what, she dealt with the ones that I just know about. She dealt with Bow Wow. She dealt with Future. She dealt with them where they were both, let's be perfectly honest, they were dealing with their fuckboy stage. Mm-hmm. She was dealing with fuckboys, basically. So you mean to tell me, if she keeps dealing with fuckboy after fuckboy after fuckboy, wouldn't a smart woman be like, this is not fucking working for me. Let me change something up. Let me change, my ideal person that's in my head. Let me try something else. Why is she being blasted for that? She's smart is what she is.
And you know what? I'm gonna let you go. Well, I'm gonna add something to that. On top of that, it's just basically she became a mother as well. That changed a lot of things about people. She grew the fuck up. She wasn't no longer the goodies, showing all this. She changed, becoming a mature lady at that. So,
I mean, she's smart if you ask me, because guess what? You insane. You are textbook insane if you keep trying the same shit expecting different results. You are insane if you do that. Mm-hmm. So guess what? She finally wised up and was like, you know what? This type of dude is not working for me. Let me try something else. And y'all bashing her for that? And look what she found. I'm sorry, but that's not a bad thing to change up what you want after you figure out this shit ain't working. Let me change. Mm-hmm. She shouldn't be bashed for that. She's smart. Shit. The same should be for you. Something ain't working. Guess what you got to do? Change it up.
How you doing, Baron? And Feisty Falcon fan. Every man should treat his woman like a queen. Absolutely. A lot of people don't do that. And then you should also treat your man like a king. It should be 50-50. It always should be 50-50. What he gives is what she gives. And to me, I feel like their relationship is not even staged. And of course, we don't know everything that's behind the scene, but it just always seems like a genuine love for each other. It just always seems like, I don't feel like it's over the top. It's just people don't love like that anymore.
And it's sad is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, a Mad Mike wants to say something. Come on, Mad Mike.
What you got to say, Mad Mike?
What you got to say, Mad Mike?
Oh my God, I'm feeling like Nikki. First of all, I got to get permission to actually not show my face because the woman who runs the place. Am I good? Am I all right?
Just go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, good. All right, Nikki.
You gotta
I'm
be presentable while we clowning.
I feel exactly Nikki does, because me personally, I have a thing for extremely aggressive women. I just can't stand a woman that I can walk over. Like, I'm a very aggressive personality. The way that I talk, the way like I do things on my own timing, and me personally, that's what I like. And the mistakes that I've made in my life, like Maggie said, it's like you guys have said, it's like you grow the fuck up. Look, like you look for women with those traits, but it's also women who are very aggressive, but they on top of their shit. And that's what Ciara has done. Like, Russell is clearly on top of his shit, and he knows who he is as a man. And for any woman, for any man, when you see someone that's on top of their shit and they know who they are, that makes them even more sexy. You know what I'm saying? That makes them even more beautiful.
Very attractive. So, exactly.
For anyone out there who's, says this guy's because he knows what the hell he wants. Like, look, man, I'd rather be a simp for the right one than a asshole for the wrong one. And that's just me. So with that being said, y'all already know, y'all got a great show. Keep doing what y'all doing.
Thanks, Mike.
We're gonna make Mike just honorary member. We're gonna get him a picture, baby. Right.
Oh, there is a comment that I have to get to. Lord
go
Jesus.
ahead.
But it's ahead.
Go ahead.
Skip ahead because we missed some good ones. But this comment right here, Bruce. Nikki, people are allowed to change, of course, but going back to Russ, some guys looked at it like he was taking expired goods, I heard one guy say that, actually. So y'all mean to tell me y'all are bringing fresh dick to the relationship? That's what y'all telling me? Y'all ain't used goods too? Oh, so y'all virgins? That's what y'all are telling me? Y'all are virgins. Stop it right there now with expired goods. The fuck? Y'all have had a past, just like the woman has had a past. We all have had a past, especially when you get to be a certain age. Y'all ain't brand new. Stop acting like y'all are. Like, serious expired goods. That's fucking hilarious. Even if you had said worn goods or ran through goods, y'all bringing the same ran through dick. Stop it.
Matt might say expired goods.
I can't. Like, what? Because she has to pass these expired goods and she's ran through? That's what you're saying? Y'all niggas ain't virgins? Sorry, y'all took me there. Damn it.
Man, these comments, my goodness. He's not a simp, Brian. We're going to get back to Brian Jones. Dudes calling him that are just insecure and jealous. He got the woman that he always wanted. And yes, they do exist.
Okay. Oh, yes, they do.
Yes, they do. I married one. Well, he wasn't romantic, but he loved like that, though. It was just, and I felt that way, at some point. It was like, I can't see my life without him.
I felt that way when I was married. I wouldn't have married him if I didn't.
That's what I
way.
Wouldn't have married. And we had those butterflies and all that going on. So it's definitely, but sometimes things happen out of your control, whatever. But I felt that he felt that at some point. So if men are having a problem with Russell Wilson, then you must have a problem with Nick Cannon. Nah, I can't say
LeBron
Nick Cannon.
James.
LeBron James.
Yeah, he's no longer with Mariah. LeBron James, Carmelo, D Wade. I mean, all and every single last one of them get hate. And Russell Wilson, that men have been hating on this man since he first got to the league. Yeah. Talk about, oh, he ain't black, and just the hate has been real for this man, and I don't understand why. Let me guess, because he's too good. There ain't no dirt. There's no dirt on his name. He's a hell of a fucking quarterback. Mm-hmm. So he's too good. That's why you hate Russell Wilson. That's what you're telling me.
And also, they was hating on Ciara for the fact that they was like, oh, she's with him because of his status. But it's like Ciara is a performer and
like she
entertainer. Like she don't have her own stuff. And they try to do the apples and trying to like, okay, well, he makes more. Sometimes
and
won't you get with, just make it make sense to me. Like, won't you get with somebody that has, y'all gonna match each other as far as success. Okay, one might make more than the other, but you guys have dreams and the drive and doing what you want to do for your, selves.
That part
already established. Didn't you come together and bring that together? I don't see where's the problem. Now you're growing together and now you are a couple. Those are couple goals. Well, not for everybody because he's too simpy, but
apparently.
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying. My goodness, we are really getting into this. So let's go ahead. Get into just what the main purpose of this show is going to be about. Now, somebody got really upset. Go ahead and let's see, Nikki. I don't say I said
I wasn't attacking you. I know you didn't say it. You said you saw it. You said you heard somebody say it. I wasn't attacking you. I was attacking that mindset because that worked the shit out of my nerves. But Bruce, you good people.
I'm gonna do this last big comment. I can't. We're gonna be on all day on these comments. The people are allowed to change, right? Of course. But going back to Russ, some guys look at it as like he was taking expired goods. I heard
that's the one I highlighted and made me go off.
Okay, I'm sorry. Honestly, I personally think Russ is just from a different pedigree of being able to emote, and new school guys aren't able to do that.
That's very well maybe it too.
And it said, why are so many?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Those little boys are talking shit. And then last but not least, we'll get to Darnett, and then we're going to get to our next topic. Why are folks so worried about them, but they can establish and keep a successful relationship that makes your opinions null and void?
Pretty much. And another thing. And Ciara, y'all are doing something right, because even when there's nothing wrong, people hate. And you know what? Keep doing what.
Now, if I'm messing up, it was breaking up. Is that me or you?
I don't know. Our picture's clear for me.
Okay. It was just messing up all over the place. I don't know what's going on. But let's go ahead and get to the next topic. Let's do it. So, now somebody got real pissed off when I made a post about our announcement of our show. Like we was saying that we was calling, it, a fatal affair. Attraction. But I was like, that's not our opinion. We're just advertising the show. But they was like, hot. I was like, I hope these people get in this chat.
I don't know. It has nothing to do with your caption. Rare.
I was like, okay. Tune in, though.
Oh, you feel some type of way. Okay.
All right. So we're talking about the difference between unconditional love and fatal attraction. So this is what we're really, really talking about. Not saying that's what we think that Russell Wilson said. But, do you know the difference when it's just, it's real love, just wholesome, honest love, or is it like insane love? Like you need to get the up out of there.
Right.
Like, child, what are you thinking? This dude is crazy, or she's crazy, because we got some
very possible. Yeah.
A little cuckoo.
I done heard some stories.
So, of course, I got to do my research and everything else. Of course, we all know what unconditional love, but in case somebody is under a rock and just don't know what either one of it is, because it's like, fuck love, I don't know what that is. Okay, we're going to educate you about these things. So, so unconditional love is simply put, is love without strings attached. Is love you offer freely. You don't base it on what someone does for you in return. You simply love them and want nothing more than their happiness. This type of love sometimes is called compassionate. It might sound somewhat familiar to just, well, I didn't finish that statement, but basically it's nothing. You don't have to do, you're just loving somebody. It's not like you have to act a certain way, be a certain way. It's natural, wholesome love. That's just what it is. It feels good. It's natural. It's genuine. Y'all love each other, and you can't see yourselves without each other. There's nothing wrong with saying that. That's unconditional love. You love somebody. They make you whole or whatever, all that cute stuff. Back in the day.
I almost said all that old bullshit.
All that stuff. But what's up? Well, look, my big cup. I just be grabbing cups. Don't worry about
why
that,
you talking shit about our cups? You worried about the wrong thing. Do you have a cup? You might need one. Don't worry about it. And it's not that big. You being dramatic. Maybe it looks big the closer I get to the camera, but it's not that damn big.
Yeah, this is a big ass mug,
a whole bottle of wine in here, though.
Yeah. Yes.
You worried about the wrong thing, Mike.
And it says, to me, fatal attraction is more toxic than can be deadly hell. They have 2 shows about this. So yes, and that's pretty much
a real thing.
It's really a real, like, you might be a little, some might not be right about you. I mean, but it's basically fatal attraction is basically beyond normal attraction for someone. It gets to the point where a person may become morbidly infatuated with their love interest to the point where it can get unhealthy and dangerous. If you contemplated on killing those who will get in the way of your happiness and want to get rid of competition, it's a little fatal, just a little obsessive and protective, and I can't even go out the door to go to check the mail. You might just be a little crazy.
Yeah, that
might be some of them in this chat.
Shit. Okay, is it you? Are you unhealthy right now? Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, but this is. I think he was saying that to everybody though, but it was this one guy. I've dated outside my race before. I might know this story, but but I actually dated outside my race. Not saying that people outside races act like this all the time, but I dated somebody that just would say things like, I'm gonna run off the he drove motorcycles and like, I'm gonna run off the road and like kill myself. I can't be with you type of deal. Like,
oh hell no.
I saw that. I was like, you no. And then he also said he had this tattoo already, but he's gonna claim that he had got my name tattooed on him and everything. Now that was back in the day before I had kids and everything, but it was just like, okay, sir, you just, you might be a little crazy. I don't know. I didn't know you don't want that. Exactly.
Like, if you're acting like Joe in that Netflix show,
Oh, that's my show.
That's Fatal Fucking Attraction, okay?
I think that
you
isn't the new season coming out?
Yeah. Girl, that season was bomb. I binge watched the shit out of that show. But Joe, hell, he loved the shit out of her. He loved the shit out of his girls, I'll say that. But no, if you hiding behind bushes and following people without their knowledge, you're interfering with the lives of other people that's just associated with them. Like you doing way too much. It's unhealthy. You need to get help. Absolutely. Yeah. That's fatal attraction. That's not love.
It sounds like somebody'll have like a shrine of your face. They'll took your hair and just worshiping over it and just know all your whereabouts, what time because that he just knew everything about was in her apartments and just
Ciao.
Smelling underwear. Oh, there she's good.
What about? So, is that a fatal attraction if a guy comes over to a girl's house? They hook up, they get it in, and this MF steals her drawers. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's fatal attraction type shit, ain't it? Like, cause that's not normal. I don't care what you say. That's not normal. So
does it happen to you, Nikki?
You done came over to the crib. You done got it in. Had a good time. Whoopie whoop. Y'all did the do. And then you leave. And then when you get home, you text her a picture of your drawers. That's fatal attraction type shit. That's not normal. Like Mike said, that's definitely not normal. So you mean to tell me you had that good of a time? You felt the need to steal some drawers from the top drawer? Seriously?
He put it down. She put it down. And Mike said, I think I had a fatal attraction before stealing my social passwords, her having conversations with women I used to talk to behind my back. Does that qualify?
Stealing your passwords, yeah.
You might have just been in a situation.
That sounds like a bit of a fatal attraction. Yeah. Yeah. You were definitely there.
Oh, look, Bruce Wayne. I had to put a restraining order on one of my ex's girlfriends.
See?
My ex-girlfriends. Okay.
That was a fatal attraction type shit.
What were you doing, Wayne? Is your name? Is the reason why she was?
Oh, I'm not with you.
I mean, it was.
Oh my God.
Stalkers are fatal attractions. Yeah. Like
that's stalking bullshit. She in the club kicking it with her girls, and you calling her, and you acting like, what's up, babe? And she's like, oh, nothing. And you're like, I'm looking at you right now. Nice dress you're wearing. You're a fucking stalker. Stop it.
And what's wrong with sniffing undies?
Mr. Wang, sir.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie. That time when I was back not doing what I should be doing in high school, somebody did take a pair of my undies and take them with them and put them up. So I don't know what he was doing with them, but that was back when I was young. But yeah, he took a pair. Yeah. I ain't gonna say who it is because it's like, I see why y'all stay together. But yeah, but that was when I was in high school, not probably doing what I was doing in high school, and he took my panties. Because how that goes. He said that's definitely not normal.
It's not at all. Not even a little bit.
Oh, look, Derek said he had an unfortunate fatal attraction in high school and a female unattracted to me that we wouldn't be in a relationship post high school, low self-esteem among other things. Some other chick never met me and a relationship status just to upset someone in jail for beating her. So how is it a fatal attraction?
Wait, what?
I'm trying to figure it out. Low self-esteem. So did someone act like you guys? That wouldn't be a fatal attraction. They was acting like they was in a relationship with you to get back at someone in jail. I think that's what it's saying.
So she wanted to piss off somebody that was in jail. So she put him in a status like she was in a relationship with him. Oh, she's dirty. Yeah, like really, the heifer's in jail. Like you want to kick her while she's down? You foul as fuck.
Yes, I hope you know I was
joking. Wow.
You're not joking, Bruce Wayne. You're not joking
right.
about the You're not.
I'll be trying to cover it up now. Too late.
How many men, put your hand in the chat, how many men don't took your ladies' underwear to take home with you? I don't know what y'all doing with these panties. And sniffing.
If you're sniffing underwear, you'll go ahead and hold your hand up too. Where is JT's comment? I saw him say, yeah, they should be wearing the undies when you sniff them. Yeah, you shouldn't be stealing them and sniffing them later on. Like you're a whole stalker at that point.
Look at J Rock talk about we're looking so nice. You know what? That's a compliment because Nikki has been through hell. You know, thank God she don't look like how she went through for this whole couple of 40 hours for her. She just child. No water, no lights, no food, no hot water, no hot food. Just surviving. Surviving. Appreciate you, J Rock. Appreciate you, J Rock. Oh, look, I have given a guy a pair after we had some. See, I love honest.
I mean, that's different though. He had permission. You were a willing, participant in his sniffing undies fetish. Like you were aware. Like that's healthy. The other shit, you stealing them, and then you're gonna send a picture after you get home later on and be like, I stole your damn panties. Like that's not healthy at all.
Bruce Wayne, see, look, I believe the sniffing of the panties now, because true story is where my ex-wife tried to stab me and run me over, but she was a 5-time
Now, what did you do? I need to know what you did to warrant that reaction, because you did something. She didn't just do that shit off the top of her head. I need to know what you did. Not that I'm condoning that behavior, but you did something. You ain't innocent.
Mike said, "What's weird? What are they doing? What do you think they're doing with the panties? Okay, they're having them a fantasy.
I mean, I want to know too. Like, what are you doing with them? Just sniffing them? Looking at them? Are you framing them? Like what? I'm not understanding. I need to know what they're doing with them too. I really do."
Someone said I had someone, but see, that's permission though. I'm in the former life, send me some with the fragrance she wore. And someone else also said the same thing. Reggie as well said, so, I've never done it. I've never sent no one my panties with my fragrance on them.
Me either.
Really? I get that's a thing.
I don't get it.
So we're gonna get into the next portion of it then, because it's like now that everybody don't admit it, they don't had some affair, some crazy folks in their lives. We need to know, because maybe you don't know you're in a fatal attraction situation. So maybe you need to know, what are the signs to look for, people? Like underwear sniffing and stealing? It might just be that. It might just be that.
Hiding in the bushes. Yeah. Following folks. Yeah.
So, hey. So warning signs to watch out for. Aggressiveness. Any behavior that is aggressive is unhealthy, but actual physical abuse is just one type of aggressive behavior. So just controlling, don't want you to look a certain way, dress a certain way. And basically number 2 is controlling. Any type of imbalance of power or controlling behavior in relationships is unhealthy. So they kind of get that.
you're doing your hair, and he's like, "Who you trying to look cute for?"
Mm-hmm.
Literally just going to hang out with the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after controlling, possessiveness. Possessive behavior may take the form of jealousy or impose isolation. They will tell you that it's just them that love you. So kind of get you in your head like nobody else is going to care about you. I'm the only one knows what you need. And, you know, you're going to love me and you don't need to go out there and worry about anybody else. Possessive. You know, you can't have friends, none of that. You know, it can also, this can be also like abusive person, but this is a fatal attraction situation. Self-centeredness. All of us can be self-centered from time to time. It's a necessary part of self-preservation. Where selfishness becomes a problem is when everything revolves around how it affects one individual with no consideration for the other person. So, meaning, just like you just said, you gotta be a part for that person. So you gotta cater to the likes of this person. You gotta, you know, you can't be you. You can't be who you really truly are. You have to be a shell of what they want you to be. You know, and you know, you got to be a little, you know, scared to even say something. Probably, I don't know. What's up? You can put it up. How to create a female stalker for dummies. Insert a piece of peppermint or Altoid with a cube of ice in your mouth and blow cool air up her. Oh yeah, you're telling on yourself, sir. Reggie,
and blow cool air over her booty.
We need to have these conversations. Is this a confession hour? Is this a confession hour? You did this and then the bitch went crazy. Excuse my language, but really.
Oh shit! Oh
and
god,
then,
I haven't laughed like that in probably a good 3-4 days. Shit, that was fucking hilarious.
And next is manipulation. A manipulator will pressure or guilt to get you to do things you don't want to do. Often things you don't feel are right. That's a good one. That's a good one. Frequent criticism. So bringing you down. We can all be critical of ideas and behaviors of other people, but when it's frequent and done with the intent to hurt or belittle, so making you feeling less about yourself. And Reggie, you are crazy. All right.
Oh god. It's the comments afterwards for me. Oh shit.
Oh my god, Bruce.
Oh fuck.
Bruce. Wayne.
Oh god.
Y'all are absolutely crazy.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Next is dishonesty. Has no place in a healthy relationship. So basically they making up things and lying about where they are, that type of deal, to get you to believe anything they say. As well as irresponsibility, behavior that can take many forms. Like they have financial problems, mismanagement of money, inability to keep a job for very long because they're too worried about what you doing. And Nikki over there about to. Thanks a lot, Reggie. Thanks a lot.
Oh, okay. I promise I'm gonna get them together.
But that is it. That is it, though. Like just those signs, aggressiveness, just stalkerish, Yes, Nikki is dead, Mike. Yes, she is. Putting perfume on the panties. What you talking about,
Oh God. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
All right. Lord have
Putting
mercy.
perfume on the panties.
Putting perfume on the panties. You never had someone send you some panties with perfume? I've never done it, but
I've never done that either. I don't understand.
It said, the hell I walked back into. I've been away from chat for 2 weeks. Did you guys miss me?
Ooh,
Yes.
shit. Oh my God.
We do.
Oh,
Nikki
my
needed that
stomach
laugh.
hurts. Oh girl, you hear me? That is a laugh that I definitely needed. Shit.
A sign of I have seen tracking. Oh yeah, tracking your yeah. That's part of stalking. And you know what?
Yeah,
I think
all that. I want to know your location 24/7 bullshit. No, ho, you a stalker. No, I shouldn't have to be following your every damn move. If I don't trust you, I don't want to be with your ass. I don't have time to be worrying about where you at and what you doing. I don't have time for that shit. So if I have to worry about that, guess what? You're not the person for me. No, sir. No, ma'am.
And it said, Darnetta, you know, y'all crazy. And Darnetta said her last relationship was considered a fatal attraction, even though I helped create some of the things. Oh. So you did something to make him a little crazy.
So you did that shit. You wanted to do that shit, and then guess what you got?
You did that little trick that he wasn't ready for.
You did that grip thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
I get them every fucking time.
Grip. Get that shit. They be over there like Eddie Murphy. I'm done. I love you. I love you. That's what you did, Darnetta.
Where are you going? I'm just going to the bathroom. Shit. Can I go pee real quick? I'll be right back.
Girl.
Oh, shit.
I believe it, though. Yeah, your ex was a fatal. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you got up out of that situation. Because they're a little insane. You know? Thankfully, I only dealt with that one time and I let that go because it was like, dude, you look crazy. Yeah, that's the shit why I don't stun and get back with him, and that dick was oh no. So you just had a lot of love for this dude for you to deal with that. Oh,
for real, because that's a struggle. That is a struggle. So if you dealt with that, you have some feelings involved, boo boo. Because anybody else would be like, I can't do it. Deuces.
So is it okay for females to do tricks? Is it okay?
I mean, y'all might call it tricks. It might be regular for us. That's just what we do. We're not deliberately trying to trick or trap or, you know what I'm saying? That might be something that's just regular to us. We can't help that. If y'all consider it a trick, that's on y'all, not us.
It's a Gemini thing, just saying.
Damn Geminis, I'll tell you.
Oh, you know what? Y'all still talking about this booty in air. Gotta have us. Bruce or Booze. I want to call you Bruce for some reason. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Y'all are crazy.
Supposed to be Bruce, but yeah.
You know, people are always different about stuff. Gotta have a screensaver of the spouse. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, though. Now,
I mean, if you willingly want to do it, like if she's like, "No, your wallpaper needs to be me," then there might be a tad bit of an issue. But if you choose, like, she posts a fire ass selfie, and you're like, "Damn, that's bae right there."
That's bae right there.
Screensaver. Let me make that my wallpaper. If that's something you do on your own, that's healthy. Unhealthy is when she's like, my face or my body needs to be your screensaver or your wallpaper. That's probably a little bit unhealthy.
Lord have mercy. So while y'all talking about peppermints and booties and all this kind of stuff, let's get into now, since you figured out what fatal attraction is and the signs to it, we need to know how to get the fuck away. How to get up out?
You need to do.
Oh my God, because if they doing all of that, you need to exit stage left, sir.
ASAP, expeditiously.
Stop eating peppermints and blowing stuff up stuff.
You asking for it at that point. You asking for it. But I don't know. I don't like that cold shit. So don't do that to me. I'm not going to become a stalker. You're going to piss me off. And I'm going to be like, no, I don't want to see you again. I don't like cold shit. Clearly. I have a problem with this weather. It makes me a whole nother person. So yeah. Miss me with the cold ice and the menthol peppermint cough drops. Miss me with all that shit. I don't like when shit's cold. I don't like it. I don't like the sensation. I don't like the weather. I don't like anything cold unless it's my beverages. If it's a beverage and it's cold, it's for me. Other than that, no.
Nikki was not writing that stuff down because she is not going to tell her boo thing to be putting no peppermint in draws and
I don't want no peppermint
blowing up her butt. No. No, sir. Okay. So now let's stop telling people how to make these stalkers and figure out how to get away from them. Number one, acknowledge that you are being abused. Some people don't know they are. If you are in a destructive relationship, it's important to acknowledge that what constitutes abuse. So she slapped me once, but I wouldn't consider that abuse, or he just took control of the money I made, and that's how it was. Just little small signs of abuse. It's there, people. Tell someone that you trust about what is happening. So you got to tell somebody you honestly, if he allows you to go out their house without him, you got to tell somebody what's going on. Keep them in the whereabouts and where you're staying, all of that kind of stuff. Keywords that you can come up with. Be wise about who you trust, though. So you got to be careful about who you're telling, because they could go back to that abusive person and let them know, oh, she's trying to get up away from you, dog. So, you know, you got to watch who you tell. Be aware of your surroundings and plan for safety. So you got to find you an exit way. You got to figure out how you're going to get up out of this situation and leave. Decrease or stop engaging with your abusive partner. So let's say you did find a safe haven and got out. If you're going to allow him back, let's say you moved, took your family, and then he hits you up and finds some type of, because of course, if he's crazy, he's going to find you. He don't stalk you and put a tracker on something to figure out where the hell you're going to be at, or know people that's close to you. Like, crazy people are crazy now. I don't put it past them, but then they sweet talk you and just like, I'm going right back. You can't do that. And don't think that you can help your partner change for the better. So of course they're going to get you to think that, oh, I'm just going through some things. I didn't mean that. I truly love you. And it's not like that. I'm sorry. Just come on back, please. It's going to be different. Hell to the now. Stay away. Stay away. Even if you got to pack all your shit. I mean, not pack anything, actually. Like, what's her name? Tina. Don't take nothing. Just whatever you got to do. Kids and all, with nothing on. Get up out of there. But seriously, like, jokingly, seriously, you got to get away from all of that. You don't deserve that. You don't. You don't. Like, you got to know your worth. And why is my thing doing that? I was heard a noise. I was like, what's going on? Did you cut me off? But I was about to hire this Haitian to handle my situation, but I got out through a divorce. She wasn't trying to give me one, though. What are you talking about, Mr. Wayne?
Handle the situation. Okay.
A stalking order and restraining order. Yes, I did both. I wasn't playing that shit. So you don't had you. That's what I'm saying. Get a restraining order. get up out of there because these people are crazy. So thank God I didn't have to go through that situation but one time. But that was just some bullshit. I think he was just talking some just to get me to feel sorry for him, you know. And this person might know who I'm talking about. Just lying about, you know, losing me and type of stuff. Like, dude, you just crazy. What might that situation broke my confidence? Oh, I guess you're the stalker lady you had, the crazy lady, broke your confidence. Maybe so. Maybe so. That's why dating and courtship is important. That's the vetting process.
Yeah, but some people take that process too quickly. Like they don't do, you know, their due diligence. That's why you in a whole relationship with somebody, you don't even really know who the hell this person is. Because you take shit too fast. Slow the fuck down and get to know the person. Because it's worth it compared to, bam, I have a whole stalker on my hands. And this is a whole fatal attraction situation. Now you
like
ask
Mr.
out,
Reggie. Look at
and
Reggie.
you having, you know, court dates and restraining orders. And when had you did your due diligence, you wouldn't have got into that situation in the first damn place. But no, she had big titties and a fat ass. He was like, she must be cool.
Oh, absolutely. Please. It said, Reggie, especially when you are a part of your church choir and the director announces a new choir member, and ta-da, it's your stalker.
It's your stalker.
She found you.
The new altar. See?
She found you, boo-boo.
That's hilarious.
Now gonna stop putting them peppermints on stuff. Don't do it. Ladies, fellas, don't listen to these fools over here. Don't you do it. Because if you want a stalker for real, do that.
I mean, I'm not going to stalk you if you do that. I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to cut your ass out.
But then Pure Romance did have like a peppermint version of their own.
We do have a lot of products that have that cool tingling sensation. Now, I'm glad we finally have one that's a warming product, because that's me. That's for me. Don't give me that shit that gives you the cool tingle. Now, a lot of ladies love it. Like, O is a top seller. Excitement is a new product. That's a warming one, though. The new masturbation cream for men is a tingling one. So it's a lot of tingling involved. So it's probably effective. Like the numbers don't lie. But for me, I must be the exception to that rule, because I don't like the cool tingling sensation. I need warmth. So yeah.
Yeah. See, all y'all were clowning me for a second. No, you clowned yourself, sir.
Yeah, you kind of told on yourself. And I see why you're married now. Yeah, I totally understand.
Okay, you know what? Maybe I guess comments were getting lost, because I was like, "What is my talking about?" So, no, I was verbally abused, called stupid, ignorant. You'll never be successful. Why are you so stupid? With the next, that woman broke my confidence. Okay, I didn't see that part, so my bad.
I don't know if that's so much fatal attraction as just unhealthy, unsupportive, nothing going for themselves, so they project their bullshit onto you. Like all of that. That doesn't sound like fatal attraction. That just sounds like putting someone down because they feel so low about their damn self, is what that sounds like to me.
Yeah. And you know what? I think since you guys are just lovely in the chat today, let's go ahead and join some people on our stream. Come join the ladies of Lush Exchange. If you want to get on this,
something to say clearly.
Exactly.
By these comments.
Come on, one of y'all come on here and let us know about your fatal attraction situation, or were you the person that was fatally attracted?
Which were you in? Yeah, this is a no judgment zone. Like, if that's who you were, that's who you were. We're not going to judge. But we damn sure want to hear the story.
For you. Join us on the stream. Of course, you don't have to be on camera. You can hide it. All right. And you can see our lovely face. Oh, who is this? Oh, Matt Mike.
Oh, that's me. I wanted to kind of I wanted to kind of clean up well, that woman that I'm speaking to, she actually, this is kind of the part two to that, her being verbally abusive. And like I said, I think she was just fucking crazy. She actually had her military friend actually do a background check on me. And actually, she had this guy message every woman that I had any contact with. So he actually talked to this girl that I had a conversation with in the UK, and this girl used to send me pics of herself in compromising positions, and like he like that dude drove me really crazy because of her. So that's the fatal attraction connection, so to speak. So it's that whole situation was just a mess. And like I said, man, like that, I've never, for me personally, like it's a lot of, and maybe this is a subject you may want to expand on. It's a lot of guys out here being verbally abused and not physically abused by a lot of women. And, you know, it turns you into a whole nother careless, fearless human being. And that's, like I said, that's when I really got angry. I got very aggressive towards people because she broke me. Women can break you. Oh God, here he go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I see Mike said, Bruce, well, I'm gonna call you Bruce. I don't care. All right. Bruce Wayne. Mike, that's how most guys turn into a woman. It happened to me. My ex laid hands on me all the time and tore up my self-esteem. Wow. Yeah. It's definitely, I've heard of women that can just really be nasty to their men. Talk them down, talk down on them, and they just, and I don't know what it is, but mental abuse can be both ways. He tried to kill me for it. She's trying to kill me for it.
She's trying to kill me for it. Wow.
But yeah, Mike, that can traumatize somebody though. Somebody you really truly like fell in love with and they just really abusive to you like that. It can happen to men. It definitely can. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Mr. Reggie up here since he just been, all of y'all been blowing peppermint and choir directors and
peppermints and hoes.
Let's go ahead and bring Mr. Reggie up here. Hey, Reggie. Are you breathing?
Let's do
Had to ride in on that wave of cool air. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you people doing? Good? How y'all doing tonight?
Oh my God!
Really? You do that?
I'm great.
It's gonna be hashtag peppermint panties.
I've actually heard about people. They suggested that I do that. I've heard that before, actually.
Man, that's stuff back when I was in high school. So let me get into my stalker story. So it's something I couldn't type in because it was too much. It would be too much. Nikki,
go ahead.
Nikki, you ready, Nikki?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. So okay. So try this story on for size. How about coming home? Okay, so this is a person who you are officially broken up with, right? We'll say maybe a month, no less than a month. Try coming home from work one day, walking in the house, you're on your way upstairs and you just kind of veer off to the right and you see your mom is sitting down having a conversation with your so-called ex. Comfortable, like, they're like sitting like within
like best friends.
Between love and hate.
Like they're having a conversation like she's planning something. It's like that close knit of a conversation. And my ex kind of looked at me and I'm looking at her. I had to look like, what the hell? My mom has no idea because I usually try to keep my personal stuff personal. Don't involve my mom. And my mom has this look like, what the hell? You just gonna walk on upstairs and not come down here with us?
Like
So, because this is actually what happened. It's our apartment was one of those setups where when you open the door, the stairs are right there, so you go right up, and then you can either go to the right to the living room, kitchen, whatever. So I'm making a beeline upstairs to my room. I don't even break stride. I just kind of look and keep it moving. And so 5 minutes pass, and then I hear my mom coming up. I know it's her, so I already know what the conversation is going to be like. So we'll just for story's sake, we'll just call the girl Lisa. Okay. So she's like, so what's the deal with you and Lisa? You know, she's down here and she's real sad. And I say, well, Mom, you know, we've been broken up for like a month. I don't even know why she's here. I don't even know why she's here. Why is she here? So she was just trying to see, you know, what she could do, like what's you know, she's want to figure out what she did wrong.
Oh Lord.
I said, I'm not
get
gonna
up on the mama.
Right. So she's trying to partner with Mom to get Mom on her side. Because she knew how close me and my mom were. So I say, Mom, I really want to get into it, but I don't want to have anything to do with her. I said, you know, I can do it, or you can do it, you know, but I really want her to leave. So me and my mom are conversating, and all of a sudden we hear the door close. So I don't know if she overheard me.
Oh,
but you know that her dad's Cadillac with the two hubcaps missing on the back just peeled out of the parking lot.
Damn.
And I'm like, so I'm thinking it's over. So, and this is another story. I don't know if you guys have ever had a conversation about this beforehand or early on in your podcasting about dating younger women. Like when you're in high school, dating like an underclassman, like if you're a junior dating a sophomore, if you're a senior. Well, yeah,
we did
so
different.
This was one of those scenarios. I probably should have prefaced this better. She was an underclassman. She was a junior. I was a senior. You know, I was football, basketball, band, track, whatever. So one of the popular guys. So that, I don't know if that's had something to do with it. But, you know, time went on. I thought things were cool because, you know, we would see each other in school, say, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. So I go off to college.
She was playing. Right?
So I go off to college. I go off to college, do my first year. So that next year, she's a senior, mind you. So I come back home. I don't see her. You know, obviously I'd have met someone in college.
Oh, so you with somebody now?
So my sophomore year in college. Guess who I see walking on the yard during freshman week? Because, you know, freshmen, you know, usually upperclassmen come back later, but I was there early because I was basketball team. So guess who I see walking on the yard?
Huh? So enrolled in everything.
Enrolled in everything.
All your classes, probably.
So here's let me give you the backstory of this. So I'm trying. So you know what's going through my mind. How in the hell did she know what college I'm at?
Mama.
Let me tell you what this chick did. No, she befriended my little sister, who was an underclassman also, who was a freshman. Let me see. My sister would have been my sister would have been a sophomore. So this was during the time here in Atlanta when a lot of the schools were merging together. So not to tell on myself, but my old school is now called Tri-Cities.
Oh, okay.
So if you know what the original school was that I went to, that was the property is on now. So yeah. So I come home for the holidays, and my sister just kind of like, hey, did you see your girl?
That is crazy, Reggie.
So I'm like, what you mean see my girl? Because my sister, I don't talk, discuss my relationship with my sister. She say, I'm talking about Lisa. I said, yeah, I see she's was enrolled, She said, yeah, me and her had a conversation. I told her what school you went to. Damn little sisters.
Mm-hmm.
She
didn't know.
If they're not getting you in trouble or telling on you, they're telling people your business.
Did you get away from that situation, or that's still happening?
It was sort of like the same thing, not to the extreme because of how isolated I was being a member of the basketball team. But yeah, we had some encounters where she was trying to rekindle things, and she had the time where she, I'm so sick and my parents aren't able to send me any money. And she tried pretty much every trick a female would know to try in the book. But yeah, finally something happened and she had to come back home. And that finally was the end of it. But it wasn't, I think that if it wasn't for like a family incident that she had to come back home for,
she would have still been around.
Right.
You know what? And I want to put Mr. Wang on here too, since both of y'all crazy in this chat. So if you don't mind, I will add Mr. Wang on here because his name is just hilarious as well. Wang, what's going on with y'all in this segment eating?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Stay on, Reggie, if you want to.
What's up, Wayne? Man, if they don't know, they don't know. They
don't know, bro.
They haven't had it properly executed. I'll put it like that. They haven't had it properly executed towards them. So
yeah, gotta give them that Midnight Thunder. So action,
got a whole name for.
Who said Midnight Thunder?
Oh, I'm gonna ship y'all some Altoids. And some
make sure.
What else you said, Reggie?
Nikki, I'm getting a winter green feel for Nikki.
Yeah,
I'll use them. When I'm doing my thing, but I don't need it used on me. I don't want no cold.
Rain, you hear this double standard?
I don't want none of that.
You hear this double standard?
I do.
I mean, if he likes it, I'll definitely do it. Just I don't want it done to me.
And not in the area, the region that you're talking about as well.
Yeah. Now, if you are here, that's you do what you do, but don't bring that cold downstairs. Don't do it.
I used to distribute what I used to call magic kisses. So that's a whole another thing. It's kind of similar to what my man Reggie was talking about, but it's a little different. But that's not what we're going to talk about today.
We want to hear about your stalker too. So, I want to hear your stalker situation. What's going on?
So I thought about it. I actually had like 4 of these. I had forgot about a couple of the others, but I'm gonna go with one when I was 19 because that's when I was, young adult, fresh into the world and all that stuff, right? So my ex-wife was a stripper, and I didn't know at the time, but she was a felon, and she was kind of she used to set guys up and that sort of stuff. Like, she was a really horrible person, straight up. Long story short, she was like, 1920? She was like 4 or 5 years older. Anyways, a hurricane, I was in the military at the time, so a hurricane came through. I was down in Florida, and I was locked on the base or whatever, couldn't leave. She met me, and she kind of profiled me because I was a different cat at that time. I was just a guy going about my way. Long story short, we ended up getting married like maybe 6 months later, kind of against my will. Yeah. I mean, that kind of going into the Russell Wilson thing. Like, I understand how some guys look at him because I almost was kind of like in a similar situation, but that's
wait a
but no,
minute.
I'm not saying.
How did you get married against your damn will? I need you to explain yourself right damn now. That's a 2-person decision. How? I need you to tell me how you got married against your will.
This is the thing. At that time, I was not trying to be married because I wanted to be with a person I love. I didn't ask her to get married. She asked me. And it was like my situation that I was in. She basically had an agenda, and so did I. But it was just one of the things. Like I was in it for the money or whatever, and she was also in it for the money.
Oh, gotcha. So it was some.
So it was not against your will. You made a conscious decision to marry this person because it has some financial gain for you.
Honestly, at the end of the day,
that
yes,
was not against your will.
But
you made a decision.
No, you're right. At the end of the day, it was my doing. These are the hands that did the work, But it was not. I didn't intentionally want it to be her. I was kind of eyeing somebody else for that. But that's another thing. But anyways, so it technically we lived together. First off, we only all lived together for like a month because she was on parole. So she couldn't leave the state of Florida.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I gotta stop you right there, bro.
Stripper.
She was on
6 months. She was on parole.
Yo.
Did you happen to notice the little anklet she was wearing?
Nah.
It wasn't one of those things.
I'm sorry. I get them confused. Is it parole or probation? One or two. Basically, she couldn't leave her state, though, or whatever. But anyway.
Y'all got to keep in mind he was 19 when this was happening. So
okay.
So yeah. So
this must be the new 19.
This was early 2000s. It was 19. But
yeah, that's that new 19. That's that new 19. That's why Maggie and Nikki are kind of reacting with it. That's that new 19. Boy, we talking marriage. Like at 19. At 19. That's really when you're coming into your own. That's when you really got your freedom. You out on your own.
You think about the time that he's talking about. This is military, though.
I was also being profiled. So you got to remember that too. There were a lot of people out there that profiled guys in the military. So I was also being profiled, and she, like I said, she had an agenda, and I just didn't know any better. Straight up.
Wayne, one quick question. I don't mean to interrupt you, brother.
What's up?
Was this your first time being away from home?
Not like that.
Okay.
I mean, I had been away. So I'm from Georgia originally, but I had moved. I'm from like 2.5 hours away from Atlanta, whatever. So I had moved to Atlanta before I joined the military. That was technically my first time away from home like that, living, by myself and whatnot. So, but out of the state, yeah. So you can, if you want to look at it like that, yeah. But fast forward to the first incident, when she, I think like 6 months in, I was like, yo, this ain't working. I think we should kind of go ahead and do this divorce thing, get an annulment or whatever. So she laid hands on me, and she was just like, no, I don't want to do that. And I thought about it. I was like, if I hit her back, I'm going to prison. I was like, so I just got to kind of stand here and take this or whatever. So that was the first time. And then like, I think 2 weeks later, we was going to a grocery store. I was halfway out of the car door. She put the car up to like 20 miles an hour. I spun off the side of the car. She was trying to like
hit you.
Pretty much. So that was the first time. Second time I brought it up, like maybe 4 months later, I was like, yo, this ain't what I want. This ain't happening, whatever. So again, it was no
Mike.
You got one hell of a convincing. I'm up here like, yeah, this dude Rico Suave right here, but like, what the hell you got going on, bro? I want to know what the hell going on.
Bro, I
almost believe your ass. Okay?
I did tell you this is a chronicle of my life, man, at that time. But she was like, no, but this time she tried to hit me or whatever. So I was like, all right, so we on the 3rd floor. So I picked her up. I didn't hit her, but I was like, you hit me again, I'm throwing you out the window, basically. So she was like, okay. And so the crazy switch flipped when I did that or whatever. So I went to go lay down, cool off in the bedroom. She comes in the bedroom, and unbeknownst to me, she had a screwdriver on the side of the mattress. So she climbs on the bed, all seductive, like, I'm sorry, I lost my head, all this stuff. I'm like, I'm in there just.
This sounds like that scene in Harlem Nights with Jasmine Guy. Go ahead.
Yo, this is what I was thinking that. I just didn't have a pistol.
I don't believe this. This man. This has to be like a movie script or something, bro.
No, this is true, bro. This is true. And luckily, I decided to look in the mirror because the mirror was on her side of the room, which is where the screwdriver was. So luckily, I decided to look over at the mirror, and I noticed something protruding out the side of the bed up under the cover. I was like, that's odd, but I didn't. I kind of just left it alone at
Who
first.
keeps a screwdriver next to the bed?
Well,
Who does that?
Look at
she kept a lot of other things.
I'm just thinking out of all objects to have near you in the bedroom, who keeps a screwdriver?
Fork. You could have a damn butter knife, but you got a damn screwdriver.
Yeah, so she had the screwdriver.
Not even Bob the Builder keeps a damn screwdriver next to his bed.
So she kind of comes in with the seductive type of feel, and then she kind of gets into like one thing that always was a trigger point for us to argue was banking. She's always trying to like get into my pocket, see what I'm doing, because like I said, she was about the money. So she hits that point, we start to argue, and then she slowly starts to make her way over to that side of the bed. And I'm noticing in the middle of the argument, I'm like, that's kind of odd, but it's just like whatever. And then finally,
you're not listening to your spidey senses.
Yeah. So finally, I kind of sit up in the bed or whatever because I'm laying down still, trying to relax.
You must have been bad because if you was just damn mesmerized by something,
right?
Nah, she was. You know what? Like I said, I was just. Yeah, but at 19, I wasn't thinking like that because also at that time I wasn't very like savvy with dating. I was always kind of I'm talking to this chick and this chick only type of guy before that. So I wasn't really about like, like game and, I just didn't, I didn't have a lot of experience with dating outside of the chicks I had already dated.
Gotcha.
So, what about crazy motherfuckers? You got
Brother Wayne,
experience with crazy motherfuckers?
I don't think so.
Brother Wayne, I have to ask you that, and trust me, I'm not, by all means, I'm not trying to clown you. But are you like a short brother, or like was she like taller than you, or was she very statuesque, or
you want to know why she was getting on me, right?
Right, that's what I'm getting at. I'm just trying.
That's what I'm saying. So I have what I do for a living requires me to live a very strict and stringent lifestyle. That's really all I can really say about it. But it came through what I did in the military. So not only was that, she was also very well versed with legal and laws and how to kind of set people up. And she had already did because she had a baby dad.
That
she had already kind of
everything.
She had already kind of.
She knew how to get to you. She knew how.
Very intelligent. That sounds like my ex. She was very intelligent. She was like a scholar.
Yeah, so I had to, like she was. I knew that if I did anything out of the ordinary, she was gonna be able to flip this. Point in case, we had an argument.
Blackmail your ass. That's what it was.
Yeah. We called the cops. She called the cops. They came in looking at me like I was crazy. You know what I mean? She was like, they saw like, the imprints of her fist on my goddamn shoulder or whatnot. And like I said, it was on the 3rd floor. And I thought about it. I was like, if I hit this chick, it's over. But I had to restrain myself because, I just wasn't taught to do that. You know what I mean? But she had already kind of been used to abuse from her baby's father. So was there any reason why you just didn't leave? Like leave her there, just walk away, take a walk, I could do that all day long. But the other thing is too, like I said, she never lived with me on a like the most we ever lived together was 30 days because she couldn't stay out of her state.
Were you living on base?
No. I was outside out in town.
Okay.
But yeah, so like it was kind of like in my mind too. I'm like, all right, this is a temporary thing. I don't really love this chick, let alone like her. Like, it wasn't enough to make me just be like, let me try to resolve this. So, I was already trying to get out. It was like a lot of those things.
Get a Ramada in or something. Fuck that shit.
I just didn't know what I didn't know, bro. But long story short, man, that was the first time, and then the second time was the screwdriver or whatever. And then finally, she built out with my other car because I had 2 cars, so she stole my other car and took it back to Florida with her. And I was at Virginia at the time. But yeah, that was. Yeah. That was my
thing is the screwdriver incident wasn't enough, man. That was
bro, like
that was that American red flag for you right there. When it gets to the
what
point,
what do you do when
what
do you do when she got your name, both your names on the lease? You can't kick her out.
Oh.
What are you gonna do? and I lived there. You know,
Hey,
what I'm saying?
man,
I could have went back to
you
base.
you're military, man. You get tactical. You got to get tactical.
Like I said, I had a friend that knew a friend that was gonna handle some things, but I wasn't trying to be on, like, you know, the run on the lam for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? But
Nah. That's other ways. There's other ways of dealing with stuff like that. But I'm not talking about physical tactics. I'm talking about just being tactful. Use the resources that you have at your leisure, man. You're in the military. It's things that
at 19, at 19, I wasn't even thinking like that.
I get,
I get 19.
I got you.
Like I was
Hey,
just
man,
thinking,
yeah.
you know, I want this to end, and I don't know. And honestly, I look back at it and I said it's the best mistake I ever made, because I made it at 19 versus 39 or something. You know what I'm saying? And so, like,
you learn from it.
Yeah, and that was quite a while ago. So, like, you know, I just now got married again a couple of years ago. So, you know, it was 2 years down now. So in between that time, I wised up a good bit, you know, did a lot of changing, soul searching, content, you know, and that's what I was saying before, like the vetting process. I got very good at the vetting process, so much so, and I'm not saying this to put anyone down as in any category that I'm about to mention, because we all start from somewhere, we all got to go somewhere. But what I'm saying is, it got so much so that I was good with the vetting. I told my best friend, I was like, listen, I'm only dealing with chicks that have as much to lose as I do. And I'm only dealing with women in this certain bracket or this one. And that wasn't to be, you know, prejudice or, like, you know, as some people say, quote unquote, preferences. It wasn't to have a biased preference, but it was for my own protection, because I knew that I couldn't deal with, you know, I could no longer go to, like, at that age, I used to go to, like, Captain D's and go snatching them out the window or something. You know what I'm saying?
You have a preference, you have standards and all of that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that.
At that age.
Not the seafood sampler.
Yo, like, if she was at age, no one was safe at the drive-thru. If she was bad, I was getting it. But
Can I get some extra?
That's why you got with her ass.
Can I get some extra tartar sauce and mustard vinegar, please?
And that's really where it started. Because at that point, I was like, okay, all these 18-year-old chicks, they act like this. I'm going up to 20, as if that was so much more higher. But, you know, and then it started from there. Kind of like, I'm only dealing with chicks that are in this or in that. And then before you know it, I started to get serious about what I was actually wanting. Because a lot of times with guys, we have so much, when you realize, first off, when you get burned, you come a little sour and you kind of go out there and, like, you get a little vengeful. But as you out there doing your thing, when you realize that you have access to more women than they do men, because there's always more women than men, you start to think, you know, you start to play with that, you enjoy that, but then you start to get serious, because enough of those chicks come through that actually want to be with you, and you ain't trying to hear that right now. But then you start thinking about that on days like Valentine's and Christmas or whatever it is that makes you feel lonely, and you start to think, dang.
You talking too much, man. We got too many women watching, man.
No, I'm just,
Hey, Mike, I was gonna try to reel him back in, man, but he was
the broke on right there.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to reel him back in, but yeah, good looking out, Mike. Way to reel him back in.
It's no judgment. It's no real. This is all.
No, Mike don't say I'm giving away too many secrets.
I'm sitting here just listening. I'm like,
he over here doing his version of the Steve Harvey book.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna stop. I don't want to be compared to him. No.
But hey, let me while we have different age groups and different experienced people on the call, this is something I've been wanting to bring up, and this seems like it may be the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
To each one of you, I posed a question: when did you all become comfortable with your sexuality or with the opposite sex, where you felt comfortable either approaching them, or you felt that you had your game down pat, where you were confident in displaying? Yeah, what age did you become comfortable with the opposite sex, to where you weren't too shy or you weren't too aggressive, where you just was in your pocket?
That's a 2-answer question for me. I mean, I'm sorry, that's a 2-answer for me. I was never afraid. Like in high school, I was walking up to groups of women and talking to all of them. That's just, as far as, I wasn't afraid to talk to women,
He go Rico Suave again. Now he back in his lane now. He back in his Rico Suave.
I'm being real because it was a group of 5 of us, and out of the 5 of us, 2 of us caught most of the chicks, and I had to work extra harder because I'm a dark skinned cat. I'm a chocolate dude, right? So like my homie, he looked like T.I. So a lot of chicks was like, "Oh my God, you look like T.I." So he was like, that's how he got a lot of his chicks. I had to have a mouthpiece, you know what I'm saying? So, and you know, at that time, I was just good like that because my dad and my uncle, you know, they gave me some things. So, but at that age, I was cool with talking to him. But going up, you know, being comfortable. What did you say? Being comfortable as far as being in your sexuality. What do you mean? Being able to
be able to strike a conversation, carry a conversation. You know, it's just not like, hey, what's up? What you doing? You know, and then there's that moment of odd silence, and then you're like, okay, all right, cool.
Holding a legit conversation,
you know, or she just walks away. She just gets so disgusted. She just walks away on her own.
Yeah, I will say for me about 23, 24.
Okay.
Because we remember all those high school parties, you know, the school dances where guys would come up and try to make their move. They over there with the boys. They get, you know, your boys, they soup you up like, man, go make your move. And you walk over,
and get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, you working on your game all the way over there up until you get to her and you be like,
Yeah. See, that's my cousin. So that cat's like what, 6'4", light skin. You know, he was kind of appealing to what women at the time wanted or whatever, or what, you know, in that area or whatever. But anyway, I never understood why he just did not have this confidence. I mean, you know, he heard the same things I heard.
Tread lightly, Wayne. You talking to a 6'6" light skinned brother, so tread lightly.
Nah, nothing against that.
I gotta take up for the DeBarges. I gotta take up for the DeBarges. Go ahead.
But no, I never understood. You know, it's kind of like, if we being totally honest here, women looked at him before they would look at the darker skinned brothers, right? That's just kind of how society has made things to be sometimes. And so it's not like he wasn't getting looks. That's what I say that for. I just never understood why he never took advantage of that.
He must have good hair.
Man, I mean, I don't know. I guess he had good hair.
Back in the day, man, chicks were sucker for that hair, boy. If you had that LB Sure look or what have you, boy, you were in. You didn't
straight. Now the other thing I can see, like, he's a geek. You know, he was a nerd, but it wasn't like he was a, you know, he didn't look like, I don't know. He didn't look, I guess, I mean, it's my cousin. No homo or nothing, but he didn't look bad or anything. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it wasn't until my late 30s to where I had the confidence to, you know, strike up a conversation. Because your late
30s,
my late 30s, because prior to that, I expected the man.
Wayne and Mike, get me if I'm wrong. Don't Nikki seem like the type that back in the day she just walk in and just pick and choose?
I was gonna say I kind of felt like she had her picking.
Absolutely.
Her and Maggie both. I feel like they were kind of able to
just walk in and
the cut.
Choose.
They was kind of able to sit in the cut and just wait.
I'm not gonna lie. I could pick and choose, but I'm not the one that's gonna make the first move. The one that I pick and choose should come to me first.
And that goes
just
back.
How I was prior to my late 30s. Now, late 30s, I'm not gonna sit and wait. If I choose you, then I choose you, and I'm gonna say something. But prior to that, no, I expected you.
I'll take it. Look. Hey Wayne, don't Miss Maggie T and Nikki seem like they the ones that used to come to the club with the friend that was not so good looking that who always was ready to go. Who was always ready to go.
I'm sorry.
That's that meter friend, you know. That's that barometer friend.
Look at Maggie. Look at Maggie looking all off the side, like, yeah, I did have that friend who always drove.
Everybody had one.
I'm gonna say about me. I've always been the aggressor of situations, and my long-term relationships, I've actually, you know, pursued it. Like basically was like, hey, I like you or whatever.
So
that was when I was
even in your younger years,
you kind of
you've always
Yeah.
been aggressive. Wow.
Yeah, I've always, I mean, and I was nervous as shit, but for some reason I just knew to, shoot my shot.
Wow. Man.
I
That
didn't
was
start
rare.
that until my late 30s. Yeah.
But let me tell
I
you though, I don't, I've always kind of viewed coming, because the part of Georgia I'm from, like a lot of guys used to say that about, women in bigger cities, and more so, especially at that time, I kept hearing like women in Atlanta were very aggressive. If they liked you, they'd come up to you. And that's just
Now I
kind of
didn't
what
have
I
no
always
game.
assumed.
Now I didn't have no type of game or nothing, but when I was young, it wasn't no like, hey, it wasn't none of that. But I was just like, I kind of like, I'm feeling you. I had a way of saying it, but I wasn't like so aggressive that I was that confident. But I would let you know I'm interested though. But it wasn't like on no, hey, what's going on? It wasn't on that type of level. I wasn't like that either. But I would let you know I'm kind of interested. But don't think I was over here a player or something like that. I wasn't doing that real young, but I did if I was like really interested in somebody, I would kind of let them know I was interested. That's cool. Just kind of how I got with the persons I've got with. But that's only if I feel like that's somebody I really, really, really want to be with though. Now I've had where I was shy and nervous about something. I've been there too, but if I really like want to pursue somebody, I don't like to make a opportunity pass me by. I'm gonna either it's a hit or miss. It's like either you like me or you don't. So, but I haven't dealt with somebody like not taking the bait and not being interested in it. So, but those only been twice that I've done that. Not saying I'm just all the time like, hey. But it was like a couple of times. That's why I got kids now. That I kind of shot my shot and then it went the way I wanted to go. So I'm not saying I'm just over here just, schooling folks. No, I ain't gonna say that either. But you only live once. It's how I am. You only live once, pretty much. Yeah. Look at us. Look at us. We don't went a whole hour, almost an hour and a
Nah, this is a good one. This is the first time I actually was able to actively listen to the show for a while. I got a 2-year-old too, so she kind of run the house. But, yeah. Anybody else?
I ain't got no game. I ain't got no game, so I can't really even say that.
I'll tell you.
It's just me, man. I'm me. You either like me or you don't.
And see, what you said is so true, man, because it wasn't until I got into my 30s that I actually took that attitude. Like it became about like I didn't really never think that I had game until I realized that what I was doing on a regular, people considered game, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
But I was just like, no, I'm just really being myself. But when I thought about it, I was like, okay, I guess I am kicking game, but I need to be more transparent about who I really am, because these people are going to start to think, that I'm just, as Reggie said, Rico Suave, all the time. The fact is we all got layers, you know what I'm saying? So.
Okay.
Everybody thought I was crazy anyway, so only bitches, damn, my bad.
Bitches. Look at you, Mike.
Women who were half crazy only came to me like that. So
yeah, because I like aggressive women. I like them crazy.
I like aggressive. Oh my god, aggressive, not crazy. All right, that's a difference between aggressive and crazy.
Sometimes aggressive is crazy, sir. So you introduce.
So your ass is crazy then. That's it. Your ass is crazy. You said you aggressive.
I am aggressive.
All right, then. You crazy.
But it ain't. Well, you know it. Okay. All right. Anyway. All right. Reggie, you have a story, and then we're gonna go ahead and close this on out. Where he's at?
Cricket.
I got kidnapped.
Well, I guess she kind of get off right now because it's time for her to do her prayers, whatever. But I just wanted to say, like I said, I'm gonna ship a box of Altoids to Maggie and Nikki. And appreciate that, Reggie. And Reggie,
Yes,
you gotta tell us that story, brother. You gotta tell us that story, how that went, man.
Hey, bro. So if you guys want to hear the story, man, I don't want to hold up the pod.
And thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne.
I don't want to hold the pod, but I'll tell that story another time when there's more time. I don't want to hold it up the. I know these ladies got jobs and stuff; they got to get to work tomorrow. So, but if for me, in regards to coming into your own in high school, I had my fair share of women approaching me, or dates. Have a problem with hooking up, but when I really gained I'm telling you, I learned more game, and a lot of brothers probably wouldn't miss it. I learned more game from a woman, an older woman, than I ever did on my own. An older woman can teach you what you need before you realize what you want. Why you think you want this, one, that. She kind of demonstrates you what a real woman is, how a real woman goes about pleasing her man, how to please a woman, all that stuff. So
that's probably why my husband, he's younger than me. That's probably why it was the way it was.
Yeah, you learn way more game from our older woman. And like I said, after that was over, I applied what I learned from her, man. It was like, that's when I got it in my pocket. That's when everything else, I just kind of picked some skills here for it's like cooking, learning little different things, pick up on this, pick up on that. And you just take something, make it your own. And then it was just like, so next thing you know, you married. So, it's a winning formula. It was a winning formula. If that's something that can be bottled and sold,
Lord.
that lady would be that lady would be a millionaire. But yeah, I'll tell the alto story. I'll tell the alto story again another time. But it was just fun. I had to pick that. And what I said in the comments earlier about you guys clowning me, but what I meant by that is that you guys, Nikki was running off some of the best-selling products. I think, I'm not as sure as in your line, Maggie, or her line, that have that peppermint type stuff infused in it. And
well,
that was some of the best-selling products. That's what I meant by you guys were clowning me, but look at some of your best-selling products have that stuff in it. That's what I meant by that. It wasn't that, But yeah, I just thought that was a funny story. I remember that one. I have a story about that, and then I have to tell you about the story about the girl with the crutch.
You know what? We're gonna do a part 2 of this episode. How about that? Part 2.
I thought I was the only one that had a handicap story.
She wasn't handicapped. It's just a preview. She wasn't handicapped, but she made that appointment to come see me. I didn't realize she had hurt her leg until I saw her trying to make it up the stairs with that crutch. And if you ever see somebody who's not used to operating a crutch, trying to make their way up some stairs, it's kind of a funny thing. So, but I'll tell that story another time. So I don't want to hold up the pod.
Part 2.
And Nikki like she just can't take no more. So
I can't. Literally, I can't.
But I appreciate you ladies having me on again tonight.
Thank you. Y'all are crazy.
It's always good chilling out with you. I missed the last two pods, so works takes precedence over pleasure. So
go back and watch them. Go back and watch.
I caught the one you guys did where you guys playing a game. You had the little homemade, look like old MLK church fans. Y'all was playing some kind of game with the songs.
Sean and one TMI
with the bootleg.
We went to St. Louis
with the bootleg church fans. That was pretty funny. I caught that one. So
that was.
But yeah, thank you, ladies, for having me on again.
Thank you.
So, you ladies have a good night.
Good night. Too. Thank you, Bruce, and you too, Reggie. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But let's go ahead and get into the last bit of it. Like we really went I didn't expect this episode was gonna be this long, but it's okay.
I didn't either.
This is so funny. This has been great. So let's go ahead and get into. I think you put it in the chat. Hold on. Okay. Sidebar. Okay. If you were accepted cash apology from your ex for any pain, trauma, or hurt they caused you, what would be the acceptable amount?
So I saw this on the reel a couple of days ago. I don't remember how many, but it was like this chick, she tweeted, it was like, my ex just randomly sent me $200, and the reason for his gift was, it was for, you know, the pain and hurt and the trauma, that any hurt that I caused you basically while we were together. That's what this cash app was for, and it was for $200. So as she of course she accepted it, but she was like, if you're gonna pay me for what you put me through, $200 shouldn't have been the amount. So that got me to thinking. I was like, what is the acceptable amount if your ex were to send you a cash apology for any hurt, pain, trauma, bullshit they put you through? Like, what would be the acceptable amount? I was curious to find out what everybody's answer would be. And then flip that situation, say you're the ex, and money is not an object. So if you were to send your ex a cash apology for the wrong that you did, money's no object, how much would you send that person?
It gotta have some couple of stacks on it. Cause I really got to be somebody, you know, I gotta get over that trauma. That's therapy, all of that. Like, you gotta have some real dollar signs on that amount for me to be perfectly okay with accepting that, because it's like, you don't put me through hell and back. So I gotta recover, get my life together. And let's just say I had to escape this situation. I had nowhere to go. I'm living with somebody because I just didn't have my life together. So it got to have some real dollar signs for it to be like, okay, that makes up for the shit that you put me through. So
yeah,
I think it got to have a couple of, you know, it got to have a little extra dollar and zeros on the end of it.
Like, are we talking 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures? Like, what are we talking? That's what I was curious to know from everybody, not just you, Maggie. But yeah, I was like, well, shit. When I sit here and think about all the bullshit that I've been through some shit, I sat here and was like, dang, like, what would I consider an acceptable amount if my ex were to send me money, you know, for any hurt, pain, trauma that he caused me? I'm like, what would I consider an acceptable amount? It's a good question, and I wondered, how would everybody feel about that? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Now, it probably depends on which ex I'm talking about, because there's one in particular that I swear to God broke me to my core, like changed the person I was. And for that person, I would say nothing less than 6 figures for the shit that you put me through. Other than that, you know, it hasn't been, you know, too horrible. But there's one in particular that I'm like, you fixing to go broke behind paying me for what you caused me, you know, what you put me through. Because I don't know, it depends on how you look at it, because on one hand, you know, it was torture, it was pain, it was horrible. But on the other hand, boy, I learned a lot from just this one person.
And it made you a better person, probably.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. But it was an interesting question. You know, what amount would you accept from an ex? What amount would you give if you're the ex? So I don't know. Reggie, go get the hell on with your wintergreen Altoids. I don't want no part of that. Like, are you kidding me? I have had enough of cold anything. I don't like it to begin with. I didn't like it before this damn snowstorm. Cold and me do not mix. If you come touching me with something extra, you better make sure it's warming and not cold tingling, because I'm gonna be mad at your ass.
Exactly. So, and both of y'all that came on this show with y'all and these peppermints trying to get this to work, It's gonna be guys like, let me try that. Let me go ahead and get some Altoids.
But then have the nerve enough to be surprised that you have a stalker on your hands. You done tried some brand new shit on her, and she liked the hell out of it, and now you mad because she's stalking your ass. That's your
exactly,
damn fault.
especially when you got a name for
it. Right, your fault. Don't be mad.
Fault.
Your fault.
That's why she had a whole damn screwdriver for your ass, because you putting that on her. But as far as the amount, I don't know. I really don't know. It's just like you said, the trauma that somebody put you through, like they really just change you to be a whole different person, but a better person though, because you learn from it. But what is the amount? You really can't put a price tag on that. And then what Reggie first should accept that, basically, is there such a thing? Well, I think it's just a question. Is there such thing that just paying somebody? I've heard of people like send money for no reason. Like I've heard that before. Like they just be sending cash apps and everything to make you feel, or their way of apologize. I've heard that before. So it's actually a thing. Now it might not be in the six figures, but I've heard where those people were sending like little gifts and stuff to that person to make, I guess to make them feel better.
It was a legit thing. This girl was like, my ex just cashed at me $200. I think it was a tweet that, the real highlighted. And she was like, my ex just cashed at me $200 for, whatever pain and hurt he caused me during our relationship. And she was like, that $200 ain't enough. She took it though. But she was like, that's not enough. So that made me think like, damn, like what amount, if any, would be acceptable? So yeah, just a sidebar. Like what would make you happy? What would make you be like, okay, it was worth it?
I don't know. We gotta be a lot more than that. I gotta be buying houses. Good evening, ladies. How are y'all? You are late, Mr. Let's Get It.
Super late.
But I don't know. But let's go ahead and close this on out. This is just the after shot. And the after shot, we've turned it into just promoting and getting us up out of here. But all I got to say is just subscribe to Lush Exchange. I appreciate everybody that's watched us for the 2 hours that we've been on. Oh my God.
Right.
But it'd be those episodes that it'd be really good. I appreciate all the participants that called in today. Well, not called in, streamed in today. But it's always great to have other people that kind of chime in, because a lot of times you don't just want to hear us talk all the time. I love it when everybody else can give their opinions, and today was hilarious. And you were streaming. That's okay. Well, go back and watch us after this show ends.
Right.
But yeah, if you're on Facebook and Twitter, go on over to YouTube and give us a subscribe, because we're really trying to get to 500 people. So that's all I got.
Hit that share button. Hit that share button.
Notification bell, all of that. And I appreciate you guys. And what you got, Nikki?
Nothing. Same thing. Subscribe, share. Sharing is caring. That's about it.
That's
y'all
it.
Stay safe. Yeah.
Thank you. And make sure y'all pray for Nikki in Texas, because
we're going through it.
They going through it right about now.
We are going through it.
Lord, y'all need to go ahead, and for every politician, everything, y'all need to go in, protest, act a fool, don't pay your bills, whatever. Cuss
their asses out. Cuss them out. Shit, this is ridiculous.
But that's how it was for Georgia when we had that snowstorm, and they were just like, we was out of power and no food, all of that for like a whole almost week. This episode was sponsored by Peppermint and Alto. You know what? Reggie. Good night. Good night. On that note, good night. All right, you guys. We are up out of here. Check us next week, same time, live.
Bye.
And hit us with some topics if you want us to talk about them. Let us know in the comments. Wherever you're going, if you're watching this, let us know what you want to hear us talk about. We appreciate it. All right, and we out. Peace.